What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
And we have finally got a little bit of football back in our life. Oh, I'm realizing why I'm so excited for the Combine when it comes, because you're so starved for, like...
anything
NFL.
And it's the first thing to the new season.
Yeah.
So, you're getting closer, to...
You start being able to give up hypotheticals of like, oh, man, did you see that kid run that drill? We need that position.
Yeah, Mine is what's Saturday, right?
Saturday, I think the running backs are coming on.
We need a running back bad. So that's
you need an O-line, too.
But
we need an O-line, but we need a running back bad.
Yeah.
These defenders, I don't think you can go...
I'm hearing the offensive side of the ball. The offensive line is just as...
I want to see the O-line because I need a lot of things. Like, I wouldn't be upset if we trade back and get more draft capital.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
I hear you. But I want...
don't do that, because it's going to be... If you trade back for more draft capital, it's going to be the Raiders, and then they're going to take a quarterback, and then Cleveland's going to take a quarterback, and then we're going to be left with, like, oh, what do we do? Do we hope Jackson Dart is there in the second round? Do you hope Dylan Gabriel is there in the second round?
Okay, but also, I don't know. We got talk. We got talk
it's
about
so many though. I don't think you're gonna go wrong for those other,
especially in your D&O line.
Yeah,
I would look. I think help. I think we need. I mean, I would love defensive help. But if we're gonna do anything, I just want somebody who's gonna come in and make a difference.
Well, I think that if you look at the guys that were there, especially with how y'all are trying to get your defense, there's some real big guys in the middle. Yeah. That Kenneth Grant, he didn't run anything today. I think there was an injury or something came out, but we saw from the tape. We know he's a dog. Who else is on the inside? There was a couple of big guys in there.
Oh,
I don't remember their names. I
can't remember all the big ones in the middle. There were so many you couldn't keep up. Every time one would be like, man, that kid's good. Another one would go, and you're like,
he'll be faster than hell.
Wow.
Because last year I wrote everybody down, but this year it was it was nobody was sticking out. Because everybody all look so good. I mean, I know it's gonna be different when you got pads on, you gotta get hit, but they look really good. I feel like
you notice that they're being able to move at these
those
speeds.
techniques.
Yeah, I mean, you got DCs running 4.85s.
They were doing the drills.
And that's a lot of weight coming. That's a lot of speed.
Oh my goodness, to be that big and
But that also means the running back's going to change. Taking the hits. Everything's going to change again.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Every time they try to make it more offense,
the defense should learn something.
They learn to keep up.
They just keep
they keep up.
The evolution of the defense is insane. They just get faster. They get stronger. They get I can't tackle like that. Okay, they get smarter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then y'all need edge too. And James Pierce Jr.
Oh my God. He can stay in Tennessee. We can stay in Tennessee flying
fast.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a kid that big should not be moving that fast through everything.
You think about
it's not even just a 40 move.
Think about getting chased down.
Yeah. You're getting your running back is getting run down. You're that's a fast dude coming off a DN, not a linebacker outside, DN edge. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it was. I guess I was watching and everybody they look so good.
Jack Sawyer, continued what he did at Ohio State. He looks pretty good. And these Peoples looked pretty good. There's guys, but nobody could separate.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I didn't really see that either. They all look like they all have the same skill set. For the first time in a while, just across the board, there you can see there's a real median.
Yeah, and I just feel I don't think any team could go wrong by grabbing somebody, so you can get the things you really need and know that they're here, to get a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many of them. So even you don't get the one you necessarily wanted, you don't get what's my boy James Pierce? Yeah, there's someone else who's just as good. What's the Egyptian boy? I looked up his name and I can't.
Hamed Akanin.
No, Hassan.
Hassan.
Oh, Jesus! I don't even know who I was to.
I'm sorry.
It was completely another person.
I just looked it up and I can't remember. We started talking about other stuff.
Hassanin, that's it. I said Akanin. That's Hassanin.
He looked really good. He looked really good. I feel like you can't. I don't think any team can go wrong. I think there's always a rookie they can have and groom for later, maybe even for now. But
actually, a lot of at least defensive wise, they transition very well.
Yeah.
So they usually transfer very quickly, so you're going to know if they're going to be anything. Like Devondre Trent last year. I was worried about him with his stamina stuff, but he made it. He was going through the game. And he was disrupting the middle of that line. So
so like I think...
Oh, yeah, that would be nice to have him. Jeffrey still seems like he's going to stay. Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Now, with depth like this, there has been some updates on Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I mean, I heard, man. Like first it was a shoulder thing, and now it's the stretch fracture in the foot. I know there's a lot of talk about us going him number 1,
but you don't think so?
This is what what I'm saying. Like, okay, I know he said the stretch fracture doesn't hurt. Didn't really feel it. But I'm also worried about the shoulder. So he's going to perform at his pro day. Mm-hmm. But it's just so much so quickly, and the first overall draft pick. I don't want to be here again in 2 years. Yeah, next year.
And you need a quarterback, so
because that's the thing.
Now the fact that they're saying that he should be able to do his pro day, it's not going to need surgery, and it should even without surgery be fully healed before OTAs. Does that doesn't give a little bit of leeway?
He's somebody who's a high motor, who's everywhere and everything like that. A stretch fracture for him is a lot longer than that 8 weeks.
But 8 weeks is with surgery.
Yeah, I mean, okay, then the other months, he is going to try to go. He's going to try to show himself, show why he's number 1 pick. I believe he has the engine. I believe he's a great player. But if he doesn't heal properly, and he's going to be hurt. Yeah. And it's going to be all in the beginning of his career.
He's going to be on the bench more than he's on the field. Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, okay, if we're not going to do that, because obviously you saw they said that Harold Landry can go seek a trade.
That's another reason.
So like I understand why that looks like it might really happen. So if that's the case, but I'm like, my offense wasn't doing anything last year. Yeah. My defense was number 2. Did you know this?
No, I didn't.
Against the run, we were number 2 all season. Yards wise, game we were number 2. Titans, Tennessee, and we were the worst team.
Yes, we're bad.
So I'm sitting here like, are you kidding me? That doesn't tell. My defense is not the problem. We've always been bend, don't break.
It's definitely the offense. I'm sorry.
We paid. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go Titans here. We just paid that money.
Well, if Abdul Carter's foot's okay, he's probably going to y'all. So
yeah, like it's just I understand you want your quarterback, and I understand you're waiting, but I want something. Show me something good.
I mean, who knows how far he would fall though? Because like.
So you might end up getting him later anyway.
Down, yeah, I'm like, if y'all trade down, it's going to be the Raiders. Nobody's trading as much as you need to go up. They're going quarterback.
Yeah.
I really think Cleveland still goes Cam Ward or Shador, whoever Oakland doesn't get. And I think, or not Oakland, the Raiders, LA. But I'm pretty sure that Las Vegas, I said LA.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure Vegas is going Shador. Like everybody has said Vegas is going Shador.
Yeah.
Which would then put Cam Ward still in Cleveland.
Yeah.
We're not going pass rush. We had pass rush.
Yeah.
We're going Travis Hunter if that happens. I mean, unless they really think Jackson Dart is.
He's starting this weekend, right?
Dart, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to see something.
And Dylan Gabriel. But. So then that bumps down to who's going after us.
This is their chance to really make the draft stock bump up, though. So hopefully you see something.
Who's going where after that? Because let's say we do go quarterback, don't go Travis Hunter. We go Jackson Dart with the number 3, and everybody's like, oh, my God, I don't even know if I would have taken him there. Well, then where's Travis Hunter falling? Number 4, and then y'all might end up getting him anyway.
I don't know, man.
But that's a lot of ifs. So,
but yeah, I mean, but that big. We're talking about the Raiders. If they don't get that and Del Shador, we all know what will happen supposedly this weekend too.
Oh well, yeah, because apparently Tom Brady has reached out to Stafford. Now there's been conflicting reports on whether it was a setup meeting
or just boys
or
hanging
just
out.
Dudes running into each other.
Yeah.
Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford were 2 dudes that ran into each other at Cabo right before he got traded to the Rams. So it happens. Mm-hmm. But from what I'm hearing with this Stafford move, the Giants are making almost every move in the world to try to take that. So it looks like it would be our move.
Are they giving?
I've heard a lot of conversation about Kupp coming too.
Yeah.
But it hasn't flat out been said. It's more like, ooh, this would be a nice scenario. But I think the thing with it is because every insider has pretty much said the rest of the quarterback market is contingent on what happens with Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford leaves LA, there's indications that Aaron Rodgers.
LA.
No, maybe they said the Rams.
There's a chance that the Rams are still looking.
Yeah, they're still interested to keep.
They wanted to see what the rest of the league is paying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because if the rest of the league doesn't really give you anything massive, they might be able to be like, well, we'll match that.
Okay.
But if they go out and it's like, oh, we're giving him $57 million a year, it's like, well,
here you go.
If that's what you need to stay, then yeah. But I've heard Rodgers having a Malibu home, being from that area, possibly is pretty much their contingency plan, which then puts. What's his name from Minnesota? I keep wanting to say Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold to where he's going. Yeah. Most people do not think Kirk Cousins will be in Atlanta, no matter how much they want to try to well, we have him under contract. And, yeah, whatever. You're going to get screwed on this. You're going to have to Russell Wilson this. Because the problem with Kirk Cousins being there is if Penix goes out, you've already moved to Penix. Penix looks pretty good. If he comes out next year and has struggles and Kirk Cousins is there, it just adds more BS that sits on everybody's shoulder for them to put Kirk back in, put Kirk back in, put Kirk back in. And it's not worth it. Mm-mm. That's why the Broncos said they weren't going to move on from him and then bow gone. Kirk's gone. He's going somewhere.
And the rumor has it that Rodgers reached out to the Giants.
That after he got let go, there was a reach out from Rodgers. Well, allegedly, there was a reach out from Rodgers. Yeah, well, I wanted to make sure I reiterated with my statement. Okay. Like, clarification. Allegedly, Rodgers reached out to see if there would be interest, and I don't think it was a complete turn down. I think it's a kind of, we're weighing a lot of options. And we'll see.
I mean, because he's cheap at this point.
Yeah.
And like I said,
he doesn't got much left.
He doesn't have much left.
He's only a year or two, maybe 3 left if everything. Well, I'm saying like.
Hold on. I think the bad parts of him. I'm sorry. I blame the Jets.
Well, yeah.
I don't care who the Jets have. They look like crap, and you don't think that's the Jets. Like, so you keep plugging in, putting all these quarterbacks in.
Only ownership get an F on the report card.
Yeah. They look terrible, and then they go somewhere and they might not look great, but they look decent, and you still
Sam Darnold. We said he was absolute trash because of what we saw on the Jets. Like,
his career was done.
It was over. I forgot he was in the league, and he popped up in Minnesota. It was like, oh wow,
it's Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
He's the only one that could catch the ball.
Only one that got open. Only one that seemed to be able to know what the routes were.
It was him and Rodgers making football babies. They touchdown. Mm-hmm. He sits down. Nobody else. They dropping the ball. They running into each other. He throwing a pick because you were supposed to be there and not there, and now he has the football.
Now
I gotta take the rap for it. They have no line.
When I say a possible 3 years for Rodgers, I'm saying that in the sense of this is a draft where massive amount of offensive line talent.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of teams should be able to share that up. I'm not even going to go ahead and let's put him in New York. I'll talk about that one in a second. But let's say he goes to the Rams. Let's say Stafford goes to New York. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Rams. There's already conversation Devontae's going to go wherever he goes. So now you've got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum. If the line isn't up to par, which they needed some help, they should be able to replenish that line. A defense that, with a bunch of rookies, looked phenomenal last year. And now they're in a position where last year with Stafford, they were one passing play away from beating Philly, who won the Super Bowl, and possibly going to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl. You put Aaron Rodgers, who you can, not the same exact style as Stafford, but comparable talent.
Yeah.
Like, get him a better line than what Stafford had. He's now got... Because Cup was hit a lot.
Rodgers don't even need a great line.
But that's what I'm saying.
He does have no line.
But you get him a better line like that. You've got good running backs behind him. Devontae and Puka are going to be better than Devontae and Cup because Cup was just hurt a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a talent thing. It was just an availability thing.
Yeah.
Even in that game, he was kind of still shaking. You have Devontae Adams in the game. I don't know if Philly wins. And Aaron Rodgers can do just as well in the production. Now, that kind of a perfect scenario, I give him a possible 3 years.
Okay.
Anything short of that, then it's going to be 1 or 2.
Yeah. All right.
But
I would say, I'm pretty sure y'all get a quarterback anyway. So I think you just need him there long enough to get your quarterback established and stay. Teach him some things, let him grow, And then, well, thank you for helping, and you put your quarterback in.
I think he just wants to have fun the last couple times.
Yeah, I think he wants to look productive and show, hey, I'm not a bum already.
He's proven he can be a mentor, which is good for a rookie quarterback, to get to see kind of how...
Look who's behind him. Look who's...
with Love.
Yeah.
But,
so...
Which is why, for me personally, I think we need a D tackle to go next to Dexter Lawrence. We need depth behind Andrew Thomas because he keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
We need probably upgrades at guard. Maybe not both guards, but at least one of the guards. Well, hold on. I don't know if trading a bunch of draft picks to get Stafford and Kupp is going to be a good idea. Especially when Stafford is looking at like a $50+ million a year contract. When you can get Aaron Rodgers and Devontae for the price of Stafford, let alone the price you're going to pay for Kupp.
Yeah.
Go into this draft with all of our draft picks.
You get Shador.
Get Shador, who I think mentored by Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is a little bit better fit because you get Stafford like, hey, Stafford, what would you do in this position? Like, oh, well, I would throw this ridiculous 900-mile-per-hour heater in between 6 people 40 yards on a rope into the guy's hand.
Also,
well, that's not Shador's game.
Yeah, that's very true. Also, I think Stafford's not good in weather. He did good against Philly in the snow.
But
Lions is a dome.
But you get Rodgers to go in there, which now Shador can do with weather because he played in Colorado.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You get Rodgers to go in there. Shador is the kind of player that's going to go. He doesn't want to throw it 40 yards on a rope down the middle in between of a small window. He wants to put it right over the top, over the corner's head. Short enough that the safety can't get to it, in a little 3x3 window where the receiver basically has to do this and catch the ball. That's how Rodgers plays. Rodgers is going to go, oh, well, I dump it in that 2-foot by 2-foot space right there by the sidelines. And Shador's like, oh, I can do that. And I just think you give a year or two behind Rodgers, Shador comes out being a really good quarterback. Yeah. And we don't have to auction the farm already.
Yeah. And you end up getting more for it.
We could use our second round to plug the spot next to Dex, use the late round to give us all this depth at the offensive line. All we need is one good corner at one CB1. That's all we need. Give a quarterback one in the free agency, which is another thing we can do more if we don't have to pay $55 a year for Stafford. Rodgers is cheaper.
Yeah.
Boom! Now we have a team that actually can compete.
And that $55 a year, you that can be not. You got so many other places that can be eaten up at than rather just one player.
Like, one player, yeah.
You need DT,
and an older player,
quarterback, older corner.
Yeah, he's not as old as Rodgers, but
he's 37.
But remember, he's been banged up.
Yeah.
But
he got ate alive in Detroit.
Yeah, people gotta forget that man used to get crushed.
There's a reason how he can have all those yards, all those touchdowns, all that production, and they still lost all the time.
Yeah.
Nobody calls him a bad quarterback, but his record was horrible. Well, that's because that team was trash, and he was the only thing that was good.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, and then when he was gone, it was like, damn.
Yeah.
No, he made Kenny Galladay.
I mean, he made Nate Burleson look like a dog too. But Nate Burleson's a dog. He's a scrappy receiver.
Yeah, he's just.
But I mean, he wasn't. There was a point where Nate Burleson had to be his Calvin Johnson, and like, that ain't it, guy. This ain't it, guy. No, not gonna happen. But well, I'm also hearing in the trade world that basically last year on well, not last week, the week before the Super Bowl, Radio Row, Media Week, everything like that, Myles Garrett went on every show, talk show, and everywhere he could go and said, I'm done in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I need to get out of here. I'm trying to win. This isn't a contract thing.
Yes.
Then, yesterday, at the Combine, Coach and GM came out and were like, I don't care what anybody says, he's not leaving Cleveland. He's on contract. You're going to play for us. Then his team came out and told Cleveland, and Cleveland had to announce, we were trying to do negotiations, but Myles and his people have completely shut down any conversation of negotiation for a contract.
They're like, no.
We're not doing a contract. And I don't know if Cleveland wants... I get why Cleveland wants to hold on to Myles Garrett. But I think if they trade Washington, they trade the Raiders... They trade, who else is in?
Philly.
Detroit's another team that's looking.
Yeah.
Philly. And get draft picks, maybe some players, blah, 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 all this compensation, and try to build young. they're going to get themselves together more than if they make him play this last 2 years and he goes to Baltimore, Cincinnati, or Pittsburgh so he can win a Super Bowl after he beats the brakes off y'all twice in the division. Because that's what he's going to break. Whatever quarterback y'all get, he's going to break him in half. He's gonna hurt every person on your team just to show you why you should have done the right thing. Because the kid's giving you, I can't even call him a kid, he's getting older than that. Dude's giving you like a long time there, and y'all haven't even been able to not be the worst team in your division.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need y'all to do something and do the right thing and let him go try to be a champion. Because if you don't, I'm serious. This is why Favre ended up in Minnesota. He's gonna leave. You're not gonna get anything for him. He's just going to leave on his own, and he's going to purposely go to somebody. You have 3 Super Bowl contenders in your division. He's going to sign a low-end contract just to be able to be somebody and make you look like clowns.
Yeah.
And then go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the Ravens getting him?
Oh, my God.
It'd be insane. Yeah. It'd be insane. It'd be like...
Could you imagine T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett? Hightower rotating?
Yeah.
Rotating.
It'd be like the days of... Ray and
Hightower on the outside, Miles then.
With Peyton Willis on the other side. Oh, hey, I'm sorry, Patrick Queen. I forgot that two's standing there.
Yeah.
That's right. Willis is rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah. They work something out with Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson with Jamar Chase.
It would look like the old Ravens.
Oh, yeah. You keep forgetting about Sam Hubbard.
It would look like the old Ravens. It would.
Cleveland, you would need to let this go. Yeah. You need to go ahead and move him while you can still get the farm for him. Or he's going to make you look stupid in 2 years.
Like, you guys messed up with that Deshaun contract. Y'all lived.
I get why you did it, but...
Hey, what's it?
Baker?
Fanazari is like, I'm not playing.
That is where you messed up.
Baker?
Because Baker's not the reason why y'all weren't working. We can clearly see that now.
Oh, yeah.
I had to admit, I thought he was trash. I thought he was horrible. I'm like, this dude's garbage. This guy sucks.
They didn't start winning until Baker.
He went to Tampa and started torching. He was like Tom.
The Browns weren't winning until Baker.
You know what? That is true. Y'all are idiots.
Yeah, they weren't winning until
remember he had the playoff win.
Yeah.
He had the first playoff win in years.
Yeah.
And then you can't, once again, no one thinks they need a line, so you can't keep him safe. So he's the problem.
Remember he played through that separated shoulder?
Get
Then you said,
line.
I've heard that Nick Chubb might be moving on.
I've heard that too.
Yeah. And I heard that if they can't do anything with Najee, that Nick Chubb is who Pittsburgh is looking at.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Yeah. Like,
what are you doing?
And like I said, no one wants to go there. Like I said, you got rookies that are like, yeah, I'm not playing. So
Cleveland's not a pretty city.
It's a place.
Cleveland, dumb as rocks.
It's a place for your.
Hey, nice to carry. Oh, playoff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Sorry, Cleveland.
And I now have a soft spot.
I know.
I do. So it's not like I'm just over hating on.
Underdogs. They're like sickly dogs. It's like that 3-legged mangy thing.
It really is. Like, he needs a place to go. He's a smelly cat. Like, so like it's not even me trying to hate on
I
Cleveland.
feed it. It just can't come in the house because it stinks.
Like, I mean, it's bad. It's bad. And then like whatever they do to improve, they just revert back. Like they just
before it finishes working.
Before it finishes, like you're.
Oh, we're not Super Bowl caliber in 2 games. Got to rebuild.
It's like you're starting to gel. You see the bones. So you're
like, oh, they got one more year, and this is gonna be a good team. Nope, let's get
all new guys.
Like
you all new guys.
You went and got Amari. The Nick Chubb gets hurt. You had
Amari did not. I think Amari's done. I'm sorry. I said this before.
I hate to say it. I think he lost a step.
He pops up when he wants to.
He lost a step.
So if you need, I need you.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Amari. You know I love me some Amari, but. And I said that with Cleveland, I'm like, because it was like that with Dallas. Like he started dropping the ball, like that's your purpose.
And now he just doesn't seem to be as open as frequently. I don't think it's.
I think it's time for retirement.
I thought he was going to do something with Buffalo, and he did absolutely
nothing.
He had like 1 or 2 good games, like really good games, and then because I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong, but then I was like, well, I said he looked good.
Remember that reverse flip to Allen? He lateraled to him, and Allen ran the touchdown in.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, but I don't even know if I can say I'm wrong because my whole thing is he looks good in the beginning and then he slowly just fades away. But I think we're done. I think it's time to say when. And
It's gonna be interesting.
Hard to say goodbye, but
it's only like the combine and everything just start like just 1 week change.
Yeah.
We're over here just.
And then you're just gonna start having the scrambles
it's the
and news
for tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Like,
well, this is when we start believing. Like, okay, what can we do? How do we?
It's going to be an 8 and 9 year or 9 and 8 year. You know.
2, 3.
I'm a Cowboy fan. That's what I have to look for.
We are 5 pieces away from being a pretty good team. We need a D tackle,
I wish I could say
a guard,
We'll see.
a tackle, a corner, and a quarterback. The problem
we won't
is
know until it starts.
quarterback has just not been the place where we've been able to put the guys there.
Because the guys they want, I love me Eli, so I'm not even really blaming Eli. Because it took a while. Y'all didn't think y'all need a line either. Like, it's just so mean. Like,
because he thought he was taking all the hits, he would just get up,
and he still just do it too.
I mean, he's a tough guy, but like, you need a line. Like, someone has to protect them, stop them. Like, and so like, I think now y'all are starting to kind of get it a little bit better. But like, it's so many teams that do not think they need an offensive line. Like.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked to people where they like, a line is very. Most of the champion teams have a good line, like
because you gotta be able to run, and then because usually you have a good run game, then you can pass off the fucking.
You can get
line.
rid of the ball.
Cincinnati lost the Super Bowl because they couldn't keep the blocks up. I know it's Aaron Donald, but if you could have held for a half a second more,
just a little longer,
Jamar Chase absolutely torched Jay Leonard.
Yeah.
It's completely open. Mm-hmm. If he had a quarter of a second more and could have got that ball off, they would not be Super Bowl champions. Cincinnati would. Mm-hmm. The offensive line has to work.
Yeah.
Well, last year it worked.
Yeah.
Didn't work on defense.
Oh my God.
That's true.
So like.
That's hard to do
definitely
too.
Still needs to be better.
It's so hard to get a whole team because you'll have the defense will finally look good, then your offense needs work. So you do all this stuff to get the offense good, but because you've been focused only on offense, not your defense. So it really is hard to get about.
That's why when you get them Super Bowl teams, you want to hold on.
You got it. Yes, that's why Super Bowl people say them losses count way more than the win fields
because you got there. You did it.
Very few teams are gonna be like the Ravens, where you can only have one and still, but that one has to be so great that they don't need the other one. Like, and that doesn't happen very often.
And I mean, their offense has been a little more productive than even the Flacco one. Flacco could throw the ball downfield and put points up.
Get points
They haven't had an offense that didn't work. That the team overall was susceptible. Was the first Super Bowl in 2000.
But they didn't need to.
But that was still. There was teams that could do that back then. You still did.
Yeah, but that defense was insane. I'm sorry, like
they were scoring.
If you scored, they need.
This
6 points.
This isn't a shot, but like Cordell Stewart beat y'all. Like that's because of the defense, not because of that offense. Like Cordell Stewart was not a dynamic quarterback out there lighting people up. That offense was not prolific.
But I'm just saying that Ravens defense was insane. I'm just saying. I guess haters gonna hate, but
yeah.
But anyway, I digress.
Well, I think that about wraps up today. We'll be seeing. I think the wide receivers and running backs are on, and
we said Saturday. I thought it was Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Anyway,
and the quarterbacks. Tight end.
I didn't even see who it was tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie.
Tomorrow on the combine, I want to say our tight ends and I'm trying to come up with stuff so that we can cover here. Where are we going? Where are we at? So, defensive linemen and linebackers. Defensive backs and tight ends.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought the D-backs were on Sunday. Just offensive linemen Sunday. That's why I thought there was 2 Sunday. So, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs on Saturday. D-backs and tight ends tomorrow. That could be very interesting. That
might be good to look at.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be.
Well, we know it's Loveless. No, there's actually a lot of tight ends that should be good. The DBs this year are kind of the good ones are good. But I don't think it's super deep.
Yeah.
I got you.
We need a running back. I'm sorry.
That would be Saturday. Yeah. The running backs is deep. There's about 6 of them, and there ain't that many teams that need running backs.
Jerry definitely needs a running back. And I think...
They will see for what's
wide receiver is skim. That's going to be something to pay attention to Saturday.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of super promise.
Okay.
And then the O linemen, because, boy, we all need that.
Yeah, retirement is hard.
I've heard 3rd, 4th round is where a lot of the, real gems of this is going to be, because it's O&D, line.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's usually where it is in the draft anyway.
Yeah.
That's usually the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, Jerry is one of the few people that get his offensive line.
You get some good things in 3rd and 4th round.
All right, Ashton Genty's available. We're going to have a running back. At guard, the Dallas Cowboys select.
And that's a Hall of Fame guard right there.
Yeah, but
still.
Hall of Famer.
But you needed a running back.
Exactly. Hall of Fame guard with a 1-9 playoff record.
Yeah, but you needed I got you.
Yeah.
We're here. But you needed a running back. Let's focus.
This kid would have been a Hall of Famer too, and you could have got him in the 3rd round.
Yeah. Very true.
Just saying there, Mr. Jones.
But I'm just saying, but that year though we got Zach. That's what we needed though.
Yeah,
we really did. We had we needed a lot.
And I mean, you're kind of back to that. You need 2 guards. You need a tackle help. You need
Yeah. So I mean, he got exactly. We did need that. That we were. Oh my goodness.
You also need a wide receiver really, really, really bad, and a running back. Yeah. You need a running back more than anything.
I think we need wide receivers. I think they're out there. You can
get some.
Play and play. Because it wasn't even the.
I mean, if everybody keeps juggling that they don't really want Stephon Diggs, y'all might be able to snatch him up out of I didn't realize.
We had wide receivers. I mean, they were catching we were getting down the field, but then.
Not having a running game, I think, did make the offense.
They knew you were passing. You had to pass.
Yeah,
we could not score. And then we get to the end zone, we end up throwing a pick because you've thrown the ball way more times than you should have.
Percentages, my man.
Yeah, so.
But,
running back Jerry, I want you to dream and sleep because I was already right about Derek, and then he looked like he had egg all over his face as Derek just poo-pooed all over us. So I know you won't ever see this, but if this is some way that you
you don't know.
I don't know, but that's why I'm saying
that's why you share.
But I'm just saying if you can get this, because I was right about Derek, and I think Derek would have made all the difference in the world in this team. I really, truly, 100% believe that.
Oh, we'll never know.
We will never know, Jerry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
All right. Well, go ahead, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and hit us on Instagram and go ahead and hit us up on Instagram and X, and we'll see y'all pretty soon with a little bit more combine.
And tell us what you think. What's on your mind?
I know y'all don't just agree with everything we say.
I mean, we could be that.
I am very, very.
That's so. We would start getting
everybody in the world, everybody watches this is yep, I like everything you say.
Okay.
I just So, and with that, we'll see y'all next time. All right, peace.